Here we go now, baby. We are right back into the action for another day of the week. Welcome to another episode of Chasing That Paper, the Tuesday edition, presented by VegasInsider.com. Flying solo here today, so I'm going to have you in and out fairly quickly. 3 total bets. I have my list of the 5 most disappointing quarterbacks in the NFL this season, and of course, viewer picks before we get in to the picks. Guys, do me a favor. If you're watching on YouTube right now, hit that like button right down there. And there's a subscribe button as well. We're closing in on 11,000 subs. So give those a little clicky here for your boy. All right, that is enough small talk. Let's get right down to business here. Let's get right into the action. We're going to start things off in the NBA. My favorite player prop of the night. I am zeroing in on Anthony Simmons of the Portland Trailblazers. His point total is 19.5. Boom! Give me the over on this one, coming in at minus 115. So this is a very, very soft number. Where are you getting this number? 19.5? Take a look at Simmons so far this month. He's averaging 24.8 points per game on 19.8 shot attempts. He actually leads the league, or leads the team in shot attempts so far this season. Bit of a surprise there. And he's going to have every opportunity to go off here tonight versus the league's worst defense, the San Antonio Spurs, last in opponent EFG shooting percentage and points allowed over the last 10 games. They're getting absolutely killed from a three-point land, where over half of his shot attempts come from. So, give me Simmons to go over 19.5 points. Next up, we hit the ice in beautiful Montreal, Quebec, Canada, where the New Jersey Devils are in town. I'm going to take a shot on those Devils to win in regulation. So they need to win. The game cannot go to overtime. Coming in with odds of minus 108. So you dig into the analytics here. It's not even close. Gigantic gap favoring the Devils in this one. Last 10 games, first versus 29th in expected goals for percentage. Second versus 29th in high danger chances for percentage. The Devils red hot on the road. 5 straight wins, 4 of which in regulation. 23 goals for, 11 goals against in those 5 games. Absolutely flying. Meanwhile, Les Canadiens not really doing themselves any favors. The 4th most penalty minutes this season. New Jersey playing much more disciplined hockey. So give me the Devils in 60 tonight in Montreal. Okay, next up, final pick. A bit of a light day around here at Chasing That Paper. I'm going to take a shot on the Minnesota Wild, minus 110, taking on the Nashville Predators. So check out the Minnesota Wild here. Big advantage in terms of analytics compared to the Predators. Last 10 games, 6 versus 25th in expected goals for percentage, 6 versus 26 in high danger chances for percentage. Marc-Andre Fleury, the Flower, expected to be between the pipes for Minnesota tonight. He's finding a nice little groove here after a rough start this season. 1 or fewer goals allowed in 3 of his last 4 starts. Meanwhile, Minnesota much better when they're not playing in Minnesota. 5-2-1 on the road this season. Analytics on the road are much better compared to at home. In Nashville, just a down season for these guys. 4-9 in their last 13 games. So a beautiful number on the Wild coming in at minus 110. Okay, there you have it. Bit of a light one there in terms of picks. The NBA sportsbooks past couple days late coming out with props for a lot of these games. I think there's only 5 games tonight in the NBA, but keep your eye on my Twitter at JTFOZ. Might have a few more as the day goes on and more numbers get released. So 3 total picks there for you guys. If you're looking to tail, if you're looking to fade, the choice quite simply is yours. I recommend placing your action over at BetMGM. Let me tell you a little bit about them. Kick off your day with the king of sportsbooks. Sign up with BetMGM using bonus code VIBONUS. And your first wager is risk-free. Up to $1,000. That's VIBONUS. All one word, no spaces, and your first wager is risk-free. Up to $1,000. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. You must be 21 or older. Bet MGM, the king of sportsbooks.
Woo!
All right. Topic of the day, the 5 most disappointing quarterbacks in the NFL so far this season. So it's been a really interesting season for quarterbacks. You know, you're seeing the Tom Brady's and Aaron Rodgers of the world maybe taking a little bit of a step back. I think I can absolutely say that for Aaron Rodgers. Meanwhile, you're seeing the ascension of guys like Tua and Jalen Hurts in the MVP discussion. Geno Smith coming out of nowhere. So a lot of talk revolving around, you know, the MVP race, mainly quarterbacks in that discussion. But I want to take a look at the 5 biggest disappointments at the quarterback position. We're going to start things off. Number 5, Mac Jones of the New England Patriots. So never mind a sophomore slump. Patriots are going to change the locks and stop returning this guy's calls. You know, everyone fell for the Mac Jones marketing campaign last season. You tune into these sports talk shows, and oh my God, when you look at Mac Jones, you can see a little bit of Tom Brady in him. You know, fans of all the other AFC East teams are thinking, what the fuck are you talking about when you're hearing this type of shit? You know, Mac Jones making the Pro Bowl last season, that was a total joke. So this guy's been truly exposed here, showing his true colors this season. 4 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Sorry, Patriots fans. I know you guys can't catch a break ever. But you don't have your guy at QB on the roster. I don't want to hear about Bailey Zappi. Next up, Derek Carr. You know, a very emotional press conference from Derek Carr. Everyone feeling sorry. Is everyone feeling sorry for him? I don't know if anyone is, actually. So no lead is safe with Carr and the Raiders. A lot of that's on the offense, you know. A lot of people want to talk about the defense blowing leads or point the fingers at McDaniels. Yeah, he absolutely deserves some of the blame, but so does the offense, and so does Derek Carr. You know, Carr got hand-delivered one of the best quarterbacks in the league. So did Tua, and so did Jalen Hurts. Those guys got better. Carr got worse. This is his worst quarterback rating since 2017 and lowest completion percentage since 2015. 18th in passing yards per game. He was 5th last season. So massive regression despite the arrival of Devontae Adams. By the way, he's making a $40.5 million average annual value for his contract. 2 wins on the season for the Raiders. Next up, Matthew Stafford of the Rams. You know, why does this guy continue to get a pass? People have a really short memory about his time in Detroit. A lot of really bad seasons. Yet everyone wants to punch his ticket to the Hall of Fame because he was on a team that won the Super Bowl last season. Would you say Matthew Stafford was the reason they won the Super Bowl? Absolutely not. I think you could plug a lot of quarterbacks into that team last year and they still would have won. So how does he follow up that Super Bowl winning season? 8 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. He continues to be an absolute turnover machine. What else is new? He led the NFL in interceptions last season, but everyone just disregarded it for some reason. This is his worst quarterback rating since 2013. He's a big reason why the Rams have fallen off of a cliff. This guy is just completely, totally overrated as a quarterback. But he won a Super Bowl, so everyone wants to give him a pass. Next up, Kyler Murray. This situation, just a complete and total joke. You know, this guy is supposed to be in the prime of his career, yet this season he's producing the worst numbers of his career after signing a massive deal that made him the 3rd highest paid quarterback in terms of average annual value, with the 2nd most guaranteed money. Average annual value of $46.1 million for Kyler Murray. My God, this guy just doesn't seem to care. And these teams, you know, they get put in a really rough spot. You saw with Dak Prescott, too. It's like, okay, if we don't re-sign him, then what do we do at quarterback? So you get put in a spot where you have to massively overpay these guys. As a result, the Arizona Cardinals, they're going to be in a massive hole because of that deal. And first on the list, the most disappointing quarterback, the most disappointing player in all of football this season, it's easily Russell Wilson. You know, so what exactly did the Broncos sign up for here when they tried to take a shortcut at the quarterback position once again, like when they traded for Peyton Manning? They couldn't draft a quarterback, so they tried to take a shortcut again. They traded for Russell Wilson. They gave up a king's ransom to get him. So here's what they got. They got a QB with a lower QB rating than Davis Mills, Carson Wentz, and Andy Dalton. They got a QB with a lower completion percentage than Zach Wilson, Mitch Trubisky, and Jared Goff. Russell Wilson producing easily the worst numbers of his career. He's being resented more and more with each passing game. Denver's averaging 14.6 points per game. That is easily the worst in the NFL, you know. Russell Wilson absolutely blew it. He left a pretty good spot, a pretty good position, an excellent position in Seattle. He was king of the city. They adored him. He had two really good wide receivers. I guess him and Coach Pete couldn't agree on whether or not he should be wearing a wristband or not. But you take a look at Wilson here. Average annual value of $49 million for a guy with a lower QB rating than Carson Wentz and Andy Dalton this season. So there's no getting out of that 5-year deal worth almost $250 million for Russell Wilson. The Broncos are absolutely fucked. They are screwed. The head coach, don't even get me started there. So that's my list of the 5 most disappointing quarterbacks so far this season. Special consideration, Trevor Lawrence. You give him a bit of a break. He's only a season and a half in, but this guy was supposed to be a surefire, no doubt star. When's the breakout coming for Trevor Lawrence? I haven't seen a whole lot of consistency. Obviously, Dak Prescott, you got to give him a little bit of a break too because he's only played in 4 games here. But you take a look at the numbers, not good. And speaking of team that's putting itself in a hole, that contract for Dak and Zeke, the Cowboys, that could put them in a lot of trouble. Thankfully for them, the defense is carrying that team. And it might sound like a bit of a hater here, but Josh Allen has been a disappointment this season at quarterback. Absolutely. Still one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, don't get me wrong. But some of these back-breaking turnovers, he has single-handedly lost a couple of games for Buffalo this season. Now, he's probably single-handedly won a couple of games for them too. So plenty of time for Allen to rebound. We will see if that's happened, but he's got to clean up those mistakes. Some god-awful stuff there for Josh Allen. So yeah, interesting year for the quarterback position.
Let's rock.
The NFL, and of course, yeah, he gets it in. I won't criticize the sound effect drop by producer Tito today. Okay, guys, if you love what we do here at Vegas Insider, I strongly recommend checking out the brand new Vegas Insider app. We've got up-to-date, easy-to-navigate odds for every major sport. We have all our latest shows, best bet videos, and podcasts, props, trends, features, news, all on the Vegas Insider app. Download the Vegas Insider app right now on Apple and Android. Bet better with the Vegas Insider app. Good stuff. Mac Jones, you know, it was kind of funny. Last year, as a fan of the Miami Dolphins, you guys know how I'm a Tua lover. You know, Mac Jones got put into a pretty good position last year, the best head coach ever. Josh McDaniels, a good offensive coordinator, not a good head coach. Not a ton of skill around it, but either way, he got put into probably a better position than any of those rookie quarterbacks last season. Everyone just wanted to anoint him as the next guy. You know, I remember, I think it was Colin Cowherd. Cowturd. You look at Mac Jones and you see a little bit of Tom Brady. How's that working out? Okay, let's get into picks from the CTP crew. Viewer picks, giving us winners here every day. I think we got 4 or 5 of them today. Producer Tito, let's get rolling here. Let's start things off with Link Up Daddy. He likes Luka to go over 32.5 points versus the Clippers. He loves destroying them. Yes, some big games. 45, 51, 42 in his last 3 home games versus them. And has hit this in 7 of his last 10 versus the Clippers. Yeah, looks like a good spot. Luka absolutely filling it up, trying to lead the league in scoring this season. I like that one. All right, we have Vancouver, Buffalo, Canucks, Sabres from our guy Nathan Schreckengoss. He likes the over 6.5, minus 122. Both special teams units are built for an over. Power plays ranked 5th and 8th. Penalty kills ranked 27th and 32nd. Vancouver has given up an average of 4.4 goals over the last 7. Buffalo has given up an average of 4.8 goals over their last 5. These teams flat out fucking stink on defense. Hey, I got to remind you guys, this is a family program, so please try to limit your cussing. Okay, what do we have next here, Tito? The big Duke game tonight. So yeah, this probably player props for college basketball. Probably some good spots you can find. Our guy Jason Jantz looks to have one here. He likes a Jalen Wilson over 1.5 3-point field goals made. Small sample size, but made 3 each in his first 2 games on 13 total attempts. So lots of volume for Wilson there. KU will be shooting a ton of threes this year due to lack of proven big men. This is Wilson's team, and he worked hard to improve his outside shot in the offseason. Yeah, maybe a sneaky little spot there from Jason. What do we have next, Tito? I think this is it. Appalachian State. Oh, yeah, the big Appalachian State Louisville game from our guy Cody Wells. 7.5. So keep fading Louisville as favorites. So far, they have lost to Bellarmine and Wright State. Outright, Appalachian State ranks right in between those two. Line has fallen to 5.5 since last night. Still likes it there. So Cody Wells. Decent look there, perhaps. All right, guys, so there you have it. Picks from the CTP crew, winding right down, but not before I tell you about today's handicapper heat check presented by VegasInsider.com. Your home for the best expert picks in the business since 1997. So today we recognize college sports expert handicapper Will Rogers. Will has an 8-1 college football record. He went 8-1 last week. Is 5-2 to start the college hoop season as well. Save $10 on Will's college picks today by clicking on the link in the description below. The discount will be applied during checkout. That's your handicapper heat check. Stay hot, bettors. Woo! All right, guys, that is it for today. Once again, if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to give this video a like. Be sure to just subscribe to the Vegas Insider YouTube channel. We will be back again tomorrow, same time, same place. Going to be a big one. I think Kevin Rogers will be joining me to break down some action, some college basketball, some NBA, some NHL. So, yeah, we keep absolutely rolling here at Chasing That Paper and at Vegas Insider. Good luck with your bets tonight, unless you are fading me. And as always, keep chasing that paper. Whoa!